the fact that you go and you get a no doesn't mean you should stop. If it really matters to you, right, and you can really build anything from scratch, you can build a career from scratch, you can do anything. It's in the mind. You can become anything that you can imagine, right? As far as you can see, really, you can go. So the question is, how far can you see? Like I said, and I repeat, you cannot feature in a future that you cannot picture. So what are you imagining for yourself when you sit down and when you're in the classroom, when you are at work? What is the motivation? Why are you doing this? Right? What is the motivation for waking up every morning and saying, okay, I'm going to work, or I'm going to school, or I'm going to do this? Why are you doing it? And if your why is not that strong, you get discouraged when little things happen, because things will happen. It's not a kids party, right? It's reality, man. It's reality. Like when you start growing up and you have bills and you have people that are demanding things, you have to be responsible for your life, and it's not now, right? If you're old enough to be on YouTube to watch this video, you should know that you have to be more responsible for your life, and how your life tests really on you, not on anybody at this age. Right, you can come from a poor background, but if you stay poor, that's on you. But bro, like that's on you. You're not the only person from a poor background. I mean, for me, traveling and doing work in different countries was a dream. I wanted it. I worked for it, and I still work for it. Even though some of us make it look nice, but it's a lot of work,
right?
But then, of course, I'll take nice pictures. I mean, of course, it must be nice.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? So that's one lesson too, that you should know. Life is a journey.
Yeah.
Sometimes the saddest thing is, you find our folks wanting to jump the queue. So, 25 years boy talking about, I want soft life. Bro, soft life, how? How are you looking for soft life? You don't even have pension. You don't even have like investments in your name.
Yeah.
You don't even have insurance for your life.
Yeah.
You don't even have why are you focusing on soft life at this age? Right? Even 35-year-olds, 40-year-olds are not talking about, because it's life is not about soft life, right? It's soft life like the end goal, right? Is it the end goal, or you want a fulfilled life, a life that was full? For me, I want a life that's full. I want to be able to carry all these experiences, the good, the bad, the ugly, the amazing, everything. That's what life is, right? And I want to be able to say I was able to navigate through, right? And I want life to be full. I want to be full of good life. I want to have a good life. I want to be able to enjoy the good money that I make. I want to be able to make time for myself and the people that I love. And it's not really just about soft life, because I want to be active in doing something, and that doesn't come with soft life. Soft life is I wake up in the morning, like the process with a cup of tea, looking at the nice view,
opening the curtain of
that's not even really
the windows.
Even Bill Gates doesn't have that every day, right? I mean, there are these people who have more money than us are working. But one big lesson is you have to just keep doing what you do. Build wealth. Because look, if you don't manage yourself well and be responsible, I always say, if Whitney Houston died broke, not me, Derrick from Ghana, right? It could happen to look. Whitney Houston dies broke. Amazing voice, amazing talent, traveled the world. Who doesn't know Whitney Houston's song? But she died with a negative balance. You can read it online. So it's not really about how you start. It's not about the end, right? So where are we heading to with the kind of life that we want to live? And that's one of the nuggets.
Yeah. Interesting. Now, so on the other part also is that you do a lot of, business. You run a lot of businesses. You have your startup, which you're managing. I would love you to talk about the business part of life. Sometimes we really get lost. We want to do something. We want money, but we don't know how to make money. And I think one of the problems on the continent is that, correct me if I'm wrong, we are not really necessarily taught how to make money.
Yes.
I think we're taught how to manage money.
Yeah, right. Yeah, true. So I think it's the same thing. It's like Germany. Because it's a very controlled system. Right? Make enough money to be okay. But hey, don't make too much money so that everybody is equal. Right? Yeah, and
so I want you to share talk about how do we make money? How do you make money with your startup?
Okay, good.
What work do you put in? How can one also put in the work, or what is it that they need to do for them to?
Yeah.
make money.
Yeah, just so you know, I'm not a millionaire. So I'm a hustler. I'm still in the process of building wealth for myself. But at least I can say, things are better than they used to be. So I'm happy to share what I did that made things better. So with the business, right? It was a journey also. It's still a journey. It's like a baby, right? Sometimes you fall sick. You don't dump it because it's sick. You have to feed it with medicine and milk, and that's how you grow the business. Yeah. I'm very patient, first of all, with my business. I'm not competing with anybody at all. Like, that's the least thing I think about in my life. That, this person is going, why am I not going that fast? No, because I've seen people run that fast and they're nowhere to be found. We are still here, right? So it started with the consulting services. So I was learning more about the clients, the service. Obviously, I worked with clients who didn't pay me. Yeah. I've worked with clients who cheated me. I've worked with clients who were not happy with my services. I worked with clients who were amazed with the services, stitched and stayed, recommended me to more clients and stuff. And so it was like a learning process of, okay, what do these clients really want to? We were doing the business planning, right? And then now some will come for proposals, market research, and then now we got into recruitment. But so one thing I looked at was a service, right? So how do I make money from the service? Okay, so now let's talk details. So for example, if I'm doing a business plan, first of all, how much does it take me to do a business plan? What does it cost me to do a business plan? So that's my cost of goods sold, right? Or the cost of the service that we're providing. So we have to know these cost of services. So everything that you're doing, you have to have your budget in, right? So what does it cost me to make this for the customer or for the client? So then I came up with a cost. Okay, cool. So if we charge X amount, then we can be able to make X profit. So when the clients come, or those clients who come to bargain, or maybe, give me a discount and stuff, okay, I don't have to fall below a certain threshold, right? So then you know that. So now that was one of the way we're making money from the services, right? So now we developed the service as a package. So if you come for this package, you're getting this and that and that and all of that. And then I realized that one thing that we was imperative was the implementation of the business plan. Yeah. Because it's not about just the plan, but how do you make the plan happen? So clients needed help with that as well. So then we come up with a consulting package, right? So we consult with you. Okay, we use our network as well to help you implement the plan. We check on your team and all of those stuff, right? All of those things. And then as and when the clients are coming, some come with customized problems or situations, because we solve solutions for a living, or we take the problems of our clients on our head and then find solutions to it, right? So now when I moved to Germany, you realize that, okay, some are coming because they want to enter the various markets in Africa. They don't have connections. So then we come up with a package for them, right? Because we have the network, we have partners in Ghana, in different parts as well. And then, then we help them with that. So that's how we make the money. But then how do you make the wealth? Because there's a difference between revenue and profit, right? So the fact that, so let's say usually in a pitch, people come and say, oh, we made 5 million turnover.
Exactly.
Oh wow! I remember back in Germany, what my first master program in general management, we had a practical class where we had to act like investors. So I was one, and then there were case studies, and then people were making decisions based on the numbers, like the figures. Oh, the company's made 5 million turnover. Oh, great, good, yeah, people. And I asked one simple question: but how much is your profit? What is your profit in the 5 million?
Wow.
And then they were like, yes, we have not started making profit yet. We are.
When you're making 5 million revenue and you're not making profit.
And this is very. I mean, I've done a lot of consulting cases like this. It's very popular, right? Because you're making sales, yes, the revenue is coming in, but it's a curve, right? So it starts from when the curve begins to rise, and then stabilizes, and then there's a slope. Yeah. Right. So, the slope in like at the down curve, that part. So usually people are starting up, and if their expenses of building the business or marketing and stuff is more than obviously the revenue, because then you are now calling for customers. People are now getting to know you. It takes some time. So but sometimes to sound impressive, you say, oh, they're making $1 million turnover. You ask them, how much is the profit? And I say, it's not, there's no profit yet. So there's the revenue, and then there is a profit, right? So now the good thing to do all the time is what I do is how do we increase our revenue while reducing our costs, right? But still giving the kind of service that is of high quality to the client, and then having them to come back and also refer us, right? Because we don't want to waste our marketing. We don't really do marketing in my company. Like, we don't post on Twitter that come for us.
Yeah.
No, we only usually advertise clients' feedback.
Yeah, testimonial.
Exactly. Yeah, because honestly speaking, we I don't have like a big team. I've worked with a team of about it's about 10 people. You know, and I love my team because we've grown together, right? And we've if I say we've grown together, we've grown emotionally together.
Yeah.
So these are people that didn't know the job, and I remember how I recruited my team was that I called for an internship program. I did like a 90 days internship call, and I made it look like it's a serious thing. I didn't have an office, obviously, but there was a co-working space. Now, from that lesson I learned on that trip, I got a co-working space, registered there, and then I was doing events. Right, so I called the business startup clinic. I did it in Ghana. I did it in Kenya. Right, and when I did it in Ghana, people come for the events and they're like, "Oh, I would like to work with this company and stuff." So I had some 2 or 3 interns from the uni. They wanted to learn, and I'll teach you the job, like on the job, and then you work from anywhere. So I started doing remote work before Corona came.
Wow.
So we were already digital before Corona came. So it didn't affect us in any way.
Yeah.
So mind you, that means that we don't have an office space, right? We don't pay any office expenses. I'd rather invest in the team. So like, you can take a course and we pay for it, you know, like, I mean, on a personal level to doing things for the team, maybe on their birthdays and stuff. We have that connection. So now they grew in the job, and I also challenge them, because then if your leader is pursuing his master's, you want to be encouraged to also do yours, right? So I remember I went to Germany. I told one of my team members at the time, and I was like, "Man, you have to come here."
Yeah.
We did what we could, got the schools and stuff, and got scholarship to come to Germany.
Wow.
Study for a master's, right? And then now, good thing, she also has finished her master. She's working in the automobile industry as well.
Wow.
You know, and then I made a managing partner, right? Because now she's doing more high level consulting with me.
Yeah.
Okay, so now she can handle the clients. Yeah. And you know, so we all have our clients that we're handling stuff, and we're doing more strategic work and stuff, right? So, and then the others are also like, you know, challenging them to, you know, go to school, you know, and some are doing their masters also, some have completed as well. So it improves the quality from the team, the work that we do, because then we've learned from scratch, you know, and then we've understood this thing on a personal level, right? And then we've learned on the job, right? And that's why I say it's possible to start from anywhere and do the things that you want to do. Like, just stick today as your first day at work and learn something. You do it. Like, you don't need to be experienced in everything. Just try. You know, subsequently, you know, things will work out. It will come together. So then that improves the quality of work. So now when we are able to do quality work, we can charge higher. So now in Germany, now we are charging like, you know, euros, so that I can pay my people well. Because then if you mail the euros in cities, it's a good job.
Sure.
So our work culture is like, everybody it's a part-time job. You don't have to work in my company full-time. So you get paid on the job that you do. That's so you can get paid more than 2 times in a month, right? And I try to make it a very good package, because if you're getting paid someone's monthly salary for doing their job in a week, that's encouraging.
That's very encouraging indeed. And now, when we talk about the consultants industry, it's something that is booming, and quite a number of people they're really aspirant, like they want to become consultants. And just maybe a few days ago, I think I met one of the maybe successful consultants, apparently. And I mean, you can also talk about, like, how do you deal with customers in the consultants industry? I mean, people are different, and sometimes people are difficult too, right?
Yes, of course. I've worked with different kinds of people.
What is it that people need to know before they get really into the consultants industry?
Get experience. Just consulting is just selling your experience in your network. Get experience, build a network. So it's good that you have some work experience. You need to have some corporate experience. It's good, right? Even if it's an internship, right? Just get in some experience on a subject that you are good at. It could be graphic design, it could be web designing, it could be IT management, it could be database management, whatever it is, right? But get some sort of experience, right? Now brand yourself based on your experience. Be honest about what you can really do. Meanwhile, open up yourself for more challenges, right? Build a good network. And then now you can sell that experience to clients to solve their problems. Consulting is you're finding problems or solving problems for clients. You know, and for some clients who are proactive, you help them find the loopholes in their business, and then you kind of like help them with solutions and stuff. Right? So working with clients, you have to know the kind of clients that you want to attract. It's like every other business, there's a customer for everyone. I mean, you are not for everybody, right? So I know the kind of customers that we want to serve based on experience in the past. Like we've served different kinds of customers, we've done different industries, right? But then now we are more clear about what kind of customers or from which industries we are focused on. And I think one of the important things for you as a consultant is you want to get clarity on this. Who am I exactly for? Where are they? How do they want me to communicate with them? How do they want me to work with them? Come up with your legal stuff. So like your documents, your non-disclosure agreements, your contracts, all of these things are important for you to get together, right? So that people take it serious. And then you can also take the job serious. Learn also project management, because it's important you manage these clients as a project, or their services that you're going to render to them as a project, right? So that you know how to manage them, who is going to do what. Do you need partners in the field, so that you don't have to do everything yourself, right? You can have partners. So you have a partner who does it. I have partners in Ghana who bring me their clients gigs, and I do it, like my company, we do it like they did it, right? But we get paid, right? It's how the business runs, right? Because you want to get more different sources of income for the your business model. So it's important to get experience. Be good with people. If you're good with people, you can do anything for people and with people. And be patient, be kind with yourself and with others, because consulting, you have to be professional, you have to be kind, you have to be patient, but sometimes it's important to put on your crown and remind people of who they are dealing with. And that is where your strength, your values. So for me, I like to work with clients who share the same values like my company. So it's easy to work together. I don't like people who are cheats, or who don't tell the truth, or who pass your badge and stuff, right? That supposedly African way of working of, I want to outsmart you, we have to change that narrative. It's not nice. It's not cool. It's barbaric, right? So I don't work with clients like that. I like to work with clients who are true. And most of my clients like that I manage are way older than me. They're like my friends, right? Like we have a relationship. I get invited to their homes, and like we have that relationship. Because consulting is a relationship. It's a journey with the client. It's so you have to know who you're getting in bed with, right? And sometimes when I was in Ghana, I used to have tea nights with my clients. So I invite some of them to, let's say, a hotel lobby. We get tea just to talk, not about business. And there are clients who would call me sometimes, like at night, Derrick, the guy I told you I met the other time, he did this and that. So we talk that personal level, because it's trust. Consulting is trust. So if my client can trust me enough to tell me their personal stuff, I want them over. Right. So and that these are the things that they are paying for. Your time, your trust, your network. So it's easy that now a client calls me, hey, Dad, maybe I need someone in Nigeria for the office. Don't worry, I got you. Right. But it takes time to build the network. So know that it's time to build any business. Give yourself that time. Don't rush. If you're in forever, you don't do things like you are here for just 2 years. To cash out and go. If you're building something, build it and have an exit strategy. Do you want to build it and sell it later on? Or you want to build it and, have it as a legacy, and hand it over to your family and stuff. So have clarity on these things. And then if people pay for this, and also one of the important things for consulting is, obviously your personal brand. Like, people must feel comfortable around you. People must see and know that, oh, this is someone I can trust. Because they don't know you. I mean, nobody can see your heart from the first day.
That's true.
Right.
You did mention about the exit strategy, right? I mean, also sometimes we tend to not really be sure about what to do next, in our careers. If you interact to a few students, maybe who are almost graduating from their bachelor's degree programs, they tell you, I'm not yet sure of what to do after I graduate, right? How do people go about that? What is it like?
So first of all, it's okay to not be sure about where you're going next. It's very okay. I've spoken to older people, and even at 50 years old, they are still figuring things out. And so sometimes we give ourselves so much pressure. Some people are lucky to find their path. Oh, you gotta find your path. You gotta know, like I said, you gotta know who you are. But I'm not giving you pressure that if you don't know who you are, means that you are nothing. No, I'm just telling you that it is something you should focus on, and it's possible to get to know. But it's a journey, right? So first of all, it's okay to not have that clarity. But the big question is, how are you going to get that clarity? It's by testing the waters, right? So sometimes go for internships, go for workshops, go for conferences, talk to people in different career fields that you're interested in.
Yeah.
And now it's even easier. Listen to podcasts. So true. We've talked about consulting, communication. So if you get to realize if you are interested in something like this, you want to have a more deep dive conversation.
Exactly.
Right. So listen to different things, watch interviews on YouTube. That's what I did. These are things I did. That's what I'm sharing. I would watch interviews on YouTube. That's when I'm working out, I'm listening to interviews from Oprah Winfrey with other professionals.
Yeah.
I listen to I've listened to almost every Super Soul conversation by Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah.
Right. And the Diary of a CEO. You can find a lot of interesting podcasts.
I also listen to that a lot.
Exactly, me too. I listen to that a lot. So you can find your way through these things and talk to people who are where you aspire to be.
Yeah.
I think one of the very surprising things that you can find among some students or in Africa, most of our young people, is that sort of pride that makes them think that, I don't know, but even if your parents or you come from a rich home, that's not your money. I mean, that makes them think that they are too big to ask.
That's a big thing for them to actually accept.
I think there's one lesson I've learned in my journey so far, and from people I've met, be humble. Because no matter what I've shared here that I've done, people have done more.
Yeah.
And people who have done more have people who have done more than them. Right. But this is my journey and I'm happy and grateful for it. But I'm not afraid to say, oh, I can't do this on my own.
Yeah.
I need help. Right. Oh, hey, teach me this. Teach me that. And so that's how I was able to graduate my master program from a non-IT background. I went to do a master in web and data science.
Wow.
So I had to learn like a baby, like a child. And that process also humbled me, right? So learn to ask people for advice, even if your peers who have done something that you aspire to do.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, hey, Derrick, how are you able to navigate your way around this? Can you please talk to me about it? That's how you learn.
Yeah.
That's learning. Okay. Because you don't know something, you want to know.
That's true.
So that's one way to figure your path out and try internships. Go out and look for opportunities, and then try them. Sometimes some of them will fail.
Yeah.
But at least then you can take it that this is not for me, right?
Sure.
So it's okay to navigate your way this way. It's okay to just test the water.
Interesting. You're still listening or watching to the Talking Podcast, fastest growing entrepreneurship podcast in Kigali, Rwanda. And as we are talking right now, we are looking at this beautiful view of Kigali city.
Great to see it.
So Derrick, I want you to maybe also share your experience. I know you're traveling these days back and forth. You're coming to Rwanda now. This is your second time.
Yeah.
What is it that you're learning from this beautiful land here of Kigali, Rwanda? What are some of lessons that you feel like? I mean, I'm bringing Rwanda in the map because that's where we are. And personally, I think I love giving credit where it's due. Right? I'm really enjoying my stay here while I'm doing my studies and my businesses. I think the environment is really just so friendly, and it's very, very conducive for young creatives or any other person who is doing their careers, really. Yeah. What is it that you've liked, and what is it that you're learning about this country? I mean, last time we went for biking. We were talking about how the Rwanda itself as a country is really making the most out
of what they have.
Yeah, exactly. And you did mention about a very important point, which is around managing very, very little resources that you have.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that has worked for them.
Yeah,
but I think that when you have small resources or low resources, you are challenged to really think.
Yeah,
you think more deep into what to do with it, as opposed to if you have it in abundance.
Yeah,
you possibly sometimes take it for granted. And that's what I learned from here. I love my stay. I mean, that I'm learning so much, because the last time I was in Kigali, I was here for a month for a research. So I was talking to people, companies, and So I got to learn more about the people, the culture, and how it affects business.
Yeah,
and the ecosystem in general. Yeah, and it's a nice country, peaceful, clean, safe, and all of that. And for me, the big takeaway from the story of Rwanda is it doesn't really matter how you start. It's about how you keep building the momentum to keep rising, how you sustain it and be credible, relevant in your space. Because you can start great. Starting is not a problem at all. Anybody can start anything. You can start a career, right? But how do you sustain the curve so it doesn't slope downwards? How do you keep the curve sustained? And I think even I'll link it to business. This is what business strategy is for most companies. So how do we keep staying relevant in the market? How do we keep attractive? How do we keep maintaining the company's brand, the service quality, and all of that? And that's what I like from when I see they don't have a lot of like resources like other African countries, like where I come from, like
Ghana.
We have almost everything, right? But obviously, there's a difference between Ghana and Rwanda. I don't want to do a deep dive into that, but Rwanda has made the best out of what it has. Same with Germany, same with Luxembourg, same with name them. What do these countries really have in terms of resources? We have everything in Ghana, right? So I leave the rest of your question.
How do you think the rest of the world, or especially other neighboring countries on the continent, can learn from the development of Rwanda?
I always say this in social settings, right? If I were the president of Ghana,
yes, sir.
I would
Derrick for president.
No, seriously. I mean, sometimes I'm not into politics, but I pay attention to what's happening.
Yeah,
I'm a concerned citizen because I mean, obviously, I should be.
Yeah,
but I think it would have been nice for the African president to just go to a workshop with the president of Rwanda.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just you see, that's what I'm talking about.
Even yearly, once.
Then let's have a
round table.
Let's discuss how are you doing this.
Yeah,
let's discuss this. I don't know. Maybe they talk. You never know. But I'm assuming I don't know. So that's what I'm sharing my thoughts, right? And then let's have that conversation to discuss. Okay, how can we learn from how you've done stuff and things like that? Because I think running a country is like, I mean, let's link it to running a business. It's similar, right? Even though just that the countries on a larger scale, and there are lots of parties involved in politics and all. That's a difference. But then even in business, there's also politics like places like Mercedes and big companies. There are politics in there. Yeah. So that's a lesson. Like Rwanda has made the best out of what they have, right? And the resources. And really, it's not about how they started. They have a dark history, but they've come out of it, and now they're the talk of town, right? They're the talk of town, and you can see the work they are putting into maintaining that talk of town status.
Yeah,
and that's one lesson I picked for my life as well, right? That I want to keep doing great. I want to keep learning and keep improving so that I'm not obsolete, right?
Yeah.
Because people are doing stuff every now and then. People are learning anything. So it's a great. If you've not been to Kigali, please
visit Rwanda. Shout out to Visit Rwanda, and of course, shout out to each and every person out there really working very hard to make this land very beautiful, and of course, the safest place you could ever be on the African continent, right? And of course, I'm Zambian, and I've been here for like now almost 3 years, and trust me, I see the future here. I'm glad my president was here, he came here, and I love that because it shows that they're in contact at least with
which is very good,
one or two things, right? Yeah. So okay, as we wrap up now, this has really been one of the greatest conversations, Derrick, we've had, and I'm glad we finally brought it on the mics and on camera. And I know that whoever is gonna listen to this, in one way or the other, they're also really gonna learn one or two things. Just like he said, listen to these podcasts with an open mind. Okay, don't be judgmental. Like, just come as you are. Like, okay, I want to listen and I want to learn one or two things. Pick one or two things, really. Even me as the host, I'm always really learning a lot of insights from my guests, right? And most important, we believe in the power of stories. And Derrick's story is one of a kind, and of course, it's really inspiring. He moved from Ghana to Germany, and he's traveling the world today. Like, he's moving back and forth, right?
Not for vacation though.
For work, by the way. He was recently telling me he's soon having some meeting signings that he's gonna go to do. Are you going to space?
Yes. I have some trips next month.
I just disclosed that. So some trips are coming up. Anyway, Derrick, it was a pleasure to have you. You have the next flight tomorrow. So It's all been a really, really great conversation, and thank you once again for coming over on this podcast. We went on a break, and I'm glad that we're back. And of course, we can never be back stronger than this.
Good comeback, yes.
Yeah, it's really one of the biggest comebacks, and indeed, one of the things that we want to promote is really to allow people to tell stories as they are, because it only takes one story sometimes to change someone's life,
I mean, it's a talking podcast.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. What we do here is talk.
Yeah, but I also want to say thank you for having me. I think you're doing an incredible job with the team as well. And these are resources that would help people, right? And for me, that's why I like to share what I have to share, because I've seen it help people, and it can definitely help a lot of people. So thank you for having me, and thank you all for taking a stay and listening, watch it from wherever you are. And I mean, for my final say. Yes,
please give us your final say. If you can wrap around all what you said, really, or anything that's in your heart, you feel like, they need to hear it.
Yeah, I think that we are in an era where a lot of things are happening.
Yeah.
Too many voices are speaking, and too many things are happening with social media and all of that.
Yeah.
Among all these, like I said before, you are the most important project that you can ever work on. Be kind to yourself, be patient with your growth, and have a clear picture of where exactly you want to go and how exactly you want to become, what exactly you want to also become.
Yeah.
And know that this is life. It's not a kids party. It's not a rehearsal. It's a live show. When it ends for you, it's done. Like, when it's done, it's done. Case closed. So the focus should be live a fulfilled life. And with that, you have to be patient with yourself in living a fulfilling or a fulfilled life.
Yeah.
And then lastly, to understand that people make everything happen.
That's true.
If you are good with people, you can do great things with people and for people. You can never do great things here if you're not good with people. So let's stay humble. Let's stay hungry to learn more.
Yeah.
Let's be kind to each other. Let us, as Africans or young Africans who will be watching this, let us try to change that narrative that has been far long ago established about how Africans work, how Africans think, how Africans do stuff. Let us bring back the original, authentic African standard. And when we have the international standard, we have an African standard which is authentic to us about the way we do things. And in the end, I mean, we have to contribute our quota to making the world a better place. And for me, I'm doing I just did. What about you?
Interesting. Day Talking Podcast. We bring you nothing but the very base of conversation. And of course, we were talking to Derrick, who is a professional in terms of like consultants, right? Yeah, so he did share with us his story, which is very, very inspiring and of course, very interesting. You could be really learn a lot from this. And how can they get in touch with you?
Oh yeah, it's easy. I think on LinkedIn, the name is Derrick. I think you leave it on the screen or something. Derrick, Derrick.
Yeah.
Vormawor. That's said him.
Vormawor.
Yeah, Vormawor. And also, I'm also quite active on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's Derrick, Derrick _Nishraba, NHYIRABA.
Yeah. How long does it take for you to respond to DMs?
It's quite fast. I mean, if
wait, are you sure? Okay. No, it doesn't take weeks or months.
Oh, no, come on,
because I mean,
I'm not that influencer.
Oh, he's big, guys.
Once I see the message, just that most of the time my account is private, so like I don't accept for people I don't know.
So you need to request.
Yeah, when I see your profile and you are okay.
You're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. Of course, we're gonna add all his handles in the description of this podcast. My name is David Murita, but most people call me the People's Choice. Well, you can also choose to call me that. Do not forget to support us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Talking Podcast, and also follow us on our IG page and LinkedIn for those who are very much active on LinkedIn as The Talking Podcast. Peace out.